Story 1. Arguing with an adult man. Hi, my name is Amelia. So this happened like an hour ago. So me and my friends were just chilling at the bus stop waiting for our buses to arrive so then we can go home. Me and one of my friends had just gotten some crystals in glass jars to have. They were like 2.00 for the jars and 1.00 for the crystals, so we were waiting and I accidentally dropped my glass jar and it smashes against the metal bench armrest one of my friends are sitting on. A very nice lady came and helped clean it off my friend. Once the glass was on the ground, I touched it with my boot steel toe protection to see if it was safe to get or not. BC, I didn't want to cut my hand. My friend double checked and this dude just a few feet away literally explodes at us to clean it up. Mind you, this dude is an adult and he is talking to 3 teenagers. I am 5 feet 8 and taller than this dude. One is 2 inches under my height and the third is 5 feet 3. I am the oldest at 14, turning 15 in July, and both of the friends are in 7th grade. I am in 9th grade. He blathers on and I begin to pick up the glass. While I pick up the glass, he is arguing with my 2 other friends, both teens, and calls one of them a lesbian freak. Once I get enough glass off the ground, I literally look at him and tell him to go off and grow up because he is acting like a child right now. He blathers on and me and my 2 other friends just yell him away saying grow up already. I finally get the rest of the glass up and my 2 other friends have walked away. BC, they didn't want to go near that person at all. BC, he is an adult. So they walk off and I continue to pick up the rest of the glass that smashed. Once I put all of it into a bin, I turn back around to see where this dude went and he just vanished. And while I was picking up the remaining glass pieces, he went onto his phone and called someone. IDK who, but hopefully me and my friends are safe because that dude was an adult and we don't want to run into him again.
Story 2. Summer break. Hi, my name is Olivia. Last year's summer break I went to Naples and enjoyed it. Visited Pompeii and Ercolano and more. Then I took a ferry to visit my grandparents in Sicily, and all the travel time I thinked about one thing: the bike. Basically, the previous year my cousin gave me a bike that she doesn't use anymore and I loved it. The right size for me and it went pretty fast. So back to last year, I couldn't think of anything else beside the bike. So I arrived, made breakfast, and then I started going bike. I took a break to eat a popsicle and then I started riding the bike again. But like after some while I saw my grandma walking in front of me and I got scared AF. I immediately turned left and went down the small downhill that led to the garden. I was screaming for help and I was too scared to push the brakes. Finally I hit the water well in the garden, but luckily I didn't hit my head. My mom heard me screaming and found me laid in the garden. She helped me to get up and I was crying. All of my body right side were scratched and bleeding, so I took a shower, and the burning of the wounds stopped. But something was wrong. My right shoulder was hurting so much that I couldn't bend and move the upper part of my arm. I told it to my mom and she said, "It will go away, but now rest," and I went to lay in the sofa. But only to lay. It hurted a lot and I kept complying. Also it was bad cause it was street Rosalia's day as I remember, and all my relatives were going to visit us. So everyone arrived and asked me if I was well, etc. So it was like that for a few days and my pain was slowly disappearing. So I could move the arm and all. But my mom noticed that it was becoming swollen, so she was worried. But I told her it was probably an hematome. But every day she was getting more worried. So one evening she said, "We're going to the hospital." I was very scared and begged her to do not, but I gave up. So we went to the kids' hospital and after a lot of waiting they attended me. They made an X-ray and the doc said, "You broke your collarbone." And I was like, this is how it feels to have a broken bone. They gave me a RLLY lazy bandage around the arm and I couldn't move it. So this happened on Friday, and on Monday I went to another hospital where they bandaged me again and said, "Come back with a tutor next week." The next week, I put the tutor on and for a long part of my vacations I stayed laid in the sofa.
If you have any interesting stories you want share, send them to my mail address at the description below.